How's it going, everybody? Hopefully everybody's having a good day. My name is Dalrin, and today we're checking out more stuff when it comes to BFA. Now, there's a lot of stuff to take a look into. There's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. One of the biggest ones is the change to global cooldowns and how most of your powerful abilities are going to be back on a global cooldown. But before that, let's talk about stuff that's kind of less heavy on the topic, just stuff I'm really super excited, and then we'll talk about the serious stuff afterwards. The first thing we have on the list is pirate transmogs, and Blizzard, I mean, of course we're gonna get some cool trans party mogs. Here's an orc looking all piratey, here's a human looking piratey, here's another human looking piratey, like kind of scoundrel. We've seen a lot of the hats, and it looks all cool and nice and neat, and has various nice designs and shapes. One thing I'm not seeing here though are the trench coats. Blizzard, I know we're all gonna be looking like pirates, and it's gonna look cool. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be oh, it's gonna be the best time to be an outlaw rogue, because not only do you play like a pirate with a pirate fantasy, but now you truly look like a pirate. And when everybody looks like a pirate, you're the only true pirate. But I'm still not seeing trench coats. I want to see some long trench coats because I think it'll look so great on so many characters that are outlaw. In other news, we also might be getting some other Blood Elf eyes. Apparently they added 3 new face customizations to the Blood Elves, and all of them come with glowing yellow eyes. Some people pointed to, of course, I think her name is Leandrin. Before we check it, yep, Lady Leandrin, got it right, from Hearthstone, who has golden eyes. We'll see if this is something that'll actually be added in the game in the future, and for reasons why. I don't really know. With allied races, it would seem that they wouldn't really spend the time customizing the other races, because if you're trying to make a profit, you make allied races look cool rather than original races. But this will be kind of nice to add in the game. Maybe something, I mean, I don't really know the history behind Blood Elves and other elves and the eyes. I know the Blood Elves have eyes because like Fel Magic and like green. I want to guess this is like Paladin and Priest stuff. Maybe only Paladins and Priests we'll be able to customize into this, which I think would be kind of cool, or they're just simply saved for a few NPCs like Leandrin, and it's not actually going to be available to the general public. It would be cool. I don't really play a Blood Elf as much as I used to. I might go back because that's still a strong racial, but it still looks pretty cool. Next up, we got the big one to talk about, and how they're putting offensive cooldowns, a lot of your big hitting buttons, on the global cooldown. Game Director and Hazakosis posted a reply on Alpha forums about how offensive cooldowns are now on GCD in the last Alpha build. Now, I want to get to the point that I really do want to hit on way lower down the line, but here are examples of all the abilities that are on global cooldown. For Death Knight Frost, Hungering Rune Weapon, Empower Rune Weapon, Pillar of Frost, and Obliteration. I mean, you won't be able to kind of combo them together as part of your burst for PvE or PvP purposes, which is going to feel weird. For Druids, Incarnation, actually that was on a global cooldown before, back in Missa Pandaria, and that felt weird. It definitely gave the Feral Druid the edge, because Boomy, you had to spend a global just to get into Incarnation, and then you could do damage. For Feral, Target Sphere is off the GCD, so for them it's not really going to do anything. For Restoration, Tree of Life, Survival Hunter, True Shot, that means you're basically wasting a global cooldown. So it says the ability, you and your pet deal, your pet attack is 1, increasing all damage you both deal by 20%. That means for the first second of that 20 seconds, it's actually going to be just to press the button, and then when you use the ability, technically have less of a time spent in the ability. So they might as well call it like a 19-second duration, because that's literally what it means. Time Warp is on GCD for all specs. That's going to be weird. Combustion, Icy Veins. It feels so good to just pop Icy Veins and just go into a burst, or Combustion, and bam, you got the crits. But now it's going to feel like global cooldown, crits, global cooldown, you know, that's going to feel so weird. They are increasing this ability's duration. I'm not sure if that goes for every ability in the game. Serenity, and then you can burst. Storm, Earth, and Fire, and then you can burst. Energizing Elixir, and then you can burst. Avenging Wrath, and then you can burst. Or a Master of the GCD though, so I guess that's cool. Vampiric Embrace, and then you can burst. Imagine having to be struck down by a Frost Death Knight and an Arms Warrior. And then Blizzard's like, I know you're having a hard time surviving. You're a disc priest and you have cloth gear and you've been shredded to all shit. But before you can really start getting whatever amount of heal you can with Vampiric Embrace, you'll have to spend a global cooldown. That's one global cooldown that you have to spend, and that's one global cooldown closer to being completely executed to death. Oh, that's gonna be so weird. And the bigger explanation for this is, if you go further down the blue post, this brings us to a broad category of abilities on GCD Legion offensive burst cooldowns. There are many are pre-planned and are generally used in response to an unexpected situation. And then talk about PvP. In the endgame raid and dungeon situation, stacking all possible cooldowns is an outsized impact of someone's total performance. While in PvP, the fact that major damage amplifiers can be applied simultaneously with an outgoing damage ability, example recklessness, avatar, mortal strike, heavily limits counterplay and makes worst case burst damage more severe. So they're talking about the damage itself that comes with it. In most cases, people when they PvP, they kind of stun you. They usually get some kind of a setup. They usually crowd control you. They don't just run up to you and start bursting you unless they're somebody who's brand new to the game. And even most of the cases, I feel like most people that PvP, they can tell when a warrior is about to go at it. They can tell when a character is setting up. Unless you're somebody who doesn't spend a single day in a BG, I feel like most people that do PvP, they can see that there's damage lined up. They can see that there's positioning trying to get. There you can see that they're getting like the buffs together, they're getting the rage together, they're doing something in order to kind of give a tell. It doesn't have to be just all cooldowns together and in a single global. Offensive trinkets back on the global cooldown will tune these effects around the change. As an example, increase duration of recklessness in the last alpha build. Recklessness lasts 10 seconds. Grants your attacks 100% damage, critical strike, and increase damage by 50%. Grants your attacks additional 100% chance to critical strike and increases damage by 50%. Is that what the difference between recklessness and new recklessness? They make it a 1 minute cooldown but a 10-second cooldown? Okay, well at least they counter it. Abilities like Elemental Shaman, Stormkeeper have demonstrated an offensive cooldown that takes place in the spell. Finally, we wouldn't make a gameplay change solely for this reason. Some additional upside to being able to better telegraph activation of major cooldown via animation visuals. For example, Recklessness is a Warcry animation associated with it, but in practice the visual virtually never seen, since it is usually overridden by an attack animation milliseconds later. So what they're basically talking about for PvE purposes, I feel like it's another way of pruning the game. I'm sorry if I'm sounding like I'm a little bit sick. I think I am actually getting sick. It feels that for PvE, it just simplifies the game a little bit better. They'll increase the cooldown or duration of some of these abilities. If there isn't kind of like a downtime to wait for the cooldowns, it just allows your player that cannot quite macro abilities together. I feel like, you know, like a warrior to be able to macro a bunch of abilities together, watch for procs, and then bah, 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 fire as many shots as you can during a set combo. I feel like what they're trying to do is give a little bit more breathing room for players that don't generally are used to this kind of content, maybe to help out the casual community or World of Warcraft. This doesn't really do much. I guess for PvE perspective, you'll basically want to make sure that you have each and every ability combo together back to back. So I feel like for PvE, this actually won't feel any different. It will, however, feel a little bit slow. It'll be a lot different than having to just pop cooldowns and bam, go into your rotation, rather than, all right, let me get a setup, let me get my cooldown, now let me start going my rotation, this, that. That ramp up, it'll feel like everybody is a bit rampy. Classes with higher haste will feel this a lot less, but classes with generally lower haste that take every single ability at a one step at a time kind of deal, those classes would definitely feel like it's a little bit of a slowdown to like the opener of the rotation. For PvP, however, I feel like this makes the gameplay a little bit even more pruned than you might think. Look, when you're playing PvP, and let's say you get an open on by a Subtlety Rogue, there's a fine moment when Subtlety Rogue opens on you with your whole kidney opener, cheap shot into cheap shot, while Shadow Blades is active. There's a moment where you gotta make a decision whether you trinket and stop this opener or don't. If you don't and make a bad decision, you'll literally get stunned to death and soloed. If you trinket the wrong decision, they'll simply CC you and then come back at you whenever they get a chance. If you trinket the right decision, you live another day and have a chance to respawn. You'll slow down their biggest burst available, and they don't have that for quite a while. Like, let's say a Subtlety Rogue open you with the Shadow Blades compared to a Subtlety Rogue open you without Shadow Blades. You will want to be in a situation where it's without Shadow Blades. People that don't make the call fast enough, that don't trinket at the right time, those people usually die. So there's a little bit of skill of being able to tell. You can kind of see after you've been playing PvP for a while, kind of like when a class is going in for burst, when they're lining something up, when they're getting something ready, there's a lot of telltale signs that are small and nuanced. And what Blizzard is basically saying is take those small nuances and then enlarge them with a magnifying glass. Now, when let's say you're getting bursted on by a rogue, how is he gonna do the opener? Is he gonna kidney into Shadow Blades in the same global cooldown and then he's just gonna go ham into you? Or is it gonna be kidney, then spend a global just to get a Shadow Blades up, and by then you can just see it from a mile away. That means if you trinket right now, you trinketed a 6-second stun with 5 seconds left because you saw that big cooldown coming out of the rogue. Now it's a bigger telltale of when you should use your abilities. That's kind of how it feels to me. It's a way bigger telltale for players to react when they're getting bursted on, when they have massive cooldowns coming onto them. And it feels like it makes the rotation a little bit more frustrating. Imagine being a monk right now and you have this amazing combo. As a monk, I'm not a huge fan of monks because they're super strong, and I have expressed it before. They are a class that just slams hard. But let's say you're playing Windwalker and you got your stun going and everything. You did your leg sweep, and then you go Serenity into your rotation. Imagine having to go stun, Serenity, then you get to use your abilities. Imagine going for a full Hambo burst and you give a big old tell that, hey, I'm bursting into you, because you have to spend a global into it. I felt like the abilities themselves, in terms of animations, were pretty well done, and even there's some that are subtle, like again, Subtlety Rogue Shadow Blades, or Frost Mage Icy Veins, or Arcane Mage, what it would be? I don't know the ability off the top of my head. Arcane Power. A lot of these abilities are very small and nuanced. Hell, even Druid Incarnation, you don't really see it because everybody has the different cat form because of the artifact weapons. You don't see the armored cat form anymore. And now it is just basically going to give a lot of people a telltale sign of, hey, I got a big cooldown. They might as well take that buff of your cooldown and just enlarge it. So whenever you have a big cooldown, just everybody in the mother sees it, because that kind of feels what this change is about. Maybe this change will be good for the game, maybe it won't, but it definitely slows down the gameplay. You are throwing in an extra wrench in the cogwheel to slow down the gameplay when it comes to burst. You're making it a more of a telltale sign. There's a lot less player reaction that comes with it. And yes, we're talking about World of Warcraft, a game where there's tap targeting, so having high player reaction time sometimes is not possible. Maybe your connection isn't that great. Maybe you don't know every single ability, but I feel like people that are seasoned PvPers know what to look for already. I don't think you're changing their gameplay. I think what you're trying to do with this is you're trying to get people that don't regularly PvP, that don't really know every ability, that don't go learning every single ability or what buffs and debuffs to look forward to. Those guys will be able to see these buttons kind of come up a lot easier, slower. Is this going to destroy PvP? I don't think so, but this is definitely, I feel like, a nerf, because you're slowing down to the playstyle, to the rotation. There's a lot of less reaction time that you're going to need. You're going to be able to kind of, okay, I'm starting to watch for the buffs and debuffs. Do they have anything? Nothing? Okay, I can set it. Watch for the buffs. Do they pop something? Trinket. I mean, in the past, it was a really hard. One of the biggest things for PvP was judging when to trinket. When do you trinket CC? When can you see the enemy burst coming in? Some people will literally trinket a sap because they think a rogue is about to burst them. Some people will trinket the very first stun they ever see because they think that they're about to get bursted. And then there's seasoned PvP players that once they get stunned, they'll sit there and they'll look. They'll be more attentive. And if it comes to that point where they need to trinket, having that telltale sign is those kind of skills is what makes a great PvPer. When in Legion you have so many prunes that so many abilities, so many classes hit, there's not too much complexity to most classes when it comes to play. Having a good player play and a bad player play, you're not going to see a huge difference. There's going to be a lot of same abilities, a lot of same moves, a lot of same damage. But those little nuances, like knowing when to trinket, is going to be something that a more experienced player will see. So basically what they're trying to do, I think, is even the ground with less experienced players that don't PvP. I don't really know what this is going to do. That's the question I have, is I don't really know what this is going to do. I can tell you exactly what it does in terms of it's going to slow down gameplay. People that don't know experience will be able to see from a mile away that a cooldown is coming. In PvE, they'll feel like everybody has a bit of a small ramp to the rotation depending on how much haste you're stacking. But besides that, I don't really know what this is going to do for the game. I actually can't tell if this is a good thing or a bad thing. That's all I can really say. So I'm going to have to cut a lot of this just to make sense of what I'm trying to say. So let me know in the comments what are your thoughts. As always, guys, if you want to watch my channel grow and continue to support me, go ahead and give this video a like, especially if you enjoyed it, because likes allow my videos to reach a wider audience and grow my channel, and YouTube seems to recommend those videos to a lot more people. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, discussions, updates for BFA, 5v1 duels, go ahead and hit subscribe. We put up 2 videos a day of daily entertainment. And if you guys want to catch today's stream, we'll be doing a US for 5v1 duels, so go ahead and hit the notification bell down below in order to be caught up on every single video and every single live stream that goes up so you guys can participate. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see all of you in another video.